Hi, my name is Dustin Purnell with Human Integrated Performance. I'm a registered provisional psychologist, and I'm here to talk for just a couple minutes today about some of the potential stigma that people might feel about coming to see a psychologist. And I'm going to touch on three brief things about that today. One is the changing perspectives about stigma and psychology in our culture right now. Another one is the potential benefits of counseling and how that balances with some of the stigma around counseling and psychology. And a third piece is perceptions of mental illness and growth in connection with counseling. So first off, historically there has been a lot of stigma connected with counseling and with psychology, where people have believed that if you go to see a psychologist, then that must mean that there's something seriously wrong with you. You're broken, or you're ill, or there's a serious problem. But that's definitely changing. The stigma about psychology is definitely going down now, and more people are fortunately perceiving going to see a psychologist as being similar to going to see your doctor. Whether or not you've got a major mental health problem or not, going to see a psychologist can be kind of like going to see a doctor, regardless of whether you have a major mental health problem or a major physical health problem. It can be something that's good practice to try to maintain good health. That is slightly less true for men than it is for women. Guys, for us, there's still a little bit more perception that you have to be tough, so you have to stick it out and not go look for help. But that leads right to my second point, which is the potential benefits of coming for counseling. Almost everybody who comes to see a psychologist finds that it's beneficial for them. So I think it's an important question to ask, is whatever the stigma is for you personally that you feel about coming to see a psychologist or a counselor, is it worth distancing yourself or not accessing the potential benefits that you could have by coming to see a professional and having somebody to talk openly with about whatever's going on in your life? That's just an important thing to weigh and to think about carefully. A third piece too is perceptions of mental illness. Same as what I mentioned before, sometimes there's this idea that if you go to see a psychologist, it must mean that you're mentally ill. There's something wrong with you. For me, a baseline idea in counseling is that you are not the problem. The problem is the problem. And there may be serious issues in your life, but we can talk about how to try to address those issues in a way that respects the fact that you're a human being, and that you're not the root of the problem. There's other things that are going on in your life that deserve attention and help. But that can mean that we're looking at addressing some of the things that are part of mental illness, but also maybe more generally or importantly, that we're trying to find ways to help you grow. A growth focus or a growth mindset can be something that's valuable for just about anybody. So if all of that is still sitting uncomfortably for you, the other thought that I have that I think would be worth thinking about is to maybe just try. Just try coming to talk to a counselor or a psychologist one time to see how it goes for you. And that might be one of the best ways to help you feel out for yourself whether or not this is going to make a significant difference for your life, and potentially be a way that you can find greater happiness or greater peace, or better ways to resolve some of the challenges that you're facing in life. So I hope that's helpful for you, and I hope that gives you a few ideas to think about that may help to address some of the stigma that can be connected with psychology. And if you have further questions, please feel free to call our office. We do free 15-minute consultations, so I'd be happy to chat with you about the ways that psychology may be a good fit for you, or maybe even just to talk about some of the other possible resources in the community that you might be able to access to find help for whatever your challenges are. Thanks.